Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining us every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, to share it with your friends and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Now, there's two good news that I wanted to convey to you. One is that it looks like Amit Shah has, assured Z security for Samir Wankade, who's on his way back to Bombay. So that's one news. And then another news that I wanted to tell you is about Twitter. I've crossed 60K followers. So it's only because of friends like you and who have been motivating and encouraging us. So a big thanks from my side. Meanwhile, Jaydev joins us in the session. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers once again.
Yeah. So the news is we were all quite rather, Jaydev, we were sort of upset because because of what was happening to Samir Wankade, the constant hounding, and all of you would have heard the interviews of the wife and the sister and the father, and how they are being harassed. Has Samir Wankade ever harassed Nawab Malik's people? Unless they have broken the law. Yes, they have broken the law. The son-in-law has broken the law and he's in jail. And I don't think he's going to get any bail. Okay. But he has not gone around mudslinging them. So why is this man doing it? And on whose behest? Is it because of the superstar who wanted somehow to get bail for Aryan Khan? Anyway, this towards the end of the day, we were quite happy because the bail got delayed again by a day. Okay, so let's go on to the breaking news.
Some key points is we can confirm that he has got a Z plus security, right?
Yes, that's what we mentioned. Yes, that has been assured by Amit Shah.
That has been assured by, and he has already left Delhi airport, and he should be present for a hearing tomorrow at Mumbai.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So breaking news is that there's no relief for Aryan Khan. Bombay High Court to resume bail hearing only tomorrow. So then, if it is as per what Bollywood Hangama news goes, Shah Rukh Khan and his wife Gauri will have to postpone their plans to ground Aryan Khan for 2 to 3 months once he is home from jail. During this period, a friend said he will not be allowed to attend any parties, get-togethers, late nights, or time out with friends. Shah Rukh and Gauri will have also decided to keep a strict tab on the company. Aryan moves in and ensures that he stays away from anyone and everyone who can spell even the slightest of troubles for Aryan. Now, my question to the couple is, you all say that he has not taken drugs. And even if he had possession, it was very tiny amount. Then why are you so scared of what company he keeps? And why are you so, careful about which friends he is going to meet? So there's something much more deeper in this, friends. Now, the Bombay High Court today began hearing the bail plea of Aryan Khan, son of Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan, in the drugs on cruise case, and adjourned the court for tomorrow. Mukul Rohatgi was flown in from Delhi as it seems Manish Shinde and Amit Desai did not succeed. Seasoned lawyer Rohatgi, who has a few high-profile cases to his credit, landed in Mumbai late on Monday. That was yesterday. He slammed the NCB by terming it an ostrich with its head buried in the sand. This itself reeks of arrogance. It seems the superstar had sought the services of Karanjawala and company for this matter as well. Well, it is a known fact that India's top lawyers are the new Nawabs. The nation's legal eyes make a lot of money, and it is a known fact. Shah Rukh Khan is sparing no effort or money to get his son out of jail. Now, Mukul Rohatgi charges more than 13 lakhs per appearance in court. He is famous as the Additional Solicitor General of India. People who avidly follow the Sushant Singh Rajput case know who is Paramveer Singh. He is the head of the Home Guard. He was till recently, and the former top cop of Mumbai. He reportedly took the services of Mukul Rohatgi to withdraw his plea of a CBI probe into Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh's alleged corruption. You see how these people join hands. When he hired the services of Mukul Rohatgi, eyebrows were apparently raised as Rohatgi is known for his high fee. There are rumors that Shah Rukh Khan is paying rupees 25 crores for Rohatgi. He has represented the government of Gujarat during the 2002 riots. He was also the counsel for the Maharashtra government in the infamous Justice B.H. Loya case. Mukul Rohatgi was paid a hefty fee of rupees 1.2 crores for this. In 1999, he became the Additional Solicitor General of India. Paramveer Singh faced flack for mishandling the Sushant Singh Rajput case in 2020. He had fought back, saying that it was an attempt to tarnish the image of Maharashtra police. Now, returning back to what happened in court today, the NCB earlier today had filed its reply in the HC against Aryan's bail plea, stating that the 23-year-old is an influential person and can derail the probe. The anti-drugs agency in its affidavit has claimed that Aryan has international linkages, adding that he can also tamper with evidence. The manner in which the affidavit by witness Prabhakar Sale was clandestinely distributed and widely publicized in the media was an example of malified attempt to derail the probe, the NCB said in a reply. The NCB has opposed the bail request, saying it is liable to be rejected on the sole grounds of clear instances of tampering, influencing witnesses. The anti-drugs agency also mentioned the purported affidavit filed by a witness, Prabhakar Sale, which names Pooja Dadlani, SRK's manager. The central agency accused Dadlani of influencing such punch witnesses when the probe is ongoing. Back to you, Jerry.
Yeah, it is very funny, friends, that for every hearing that Aryan Khan's lawyer keeps changing. First it was Satish Manchinde, then it was Amit Desai, and now it's Mukul Rohatgi. So
Yeah.
these are some of the key arguments which was made by Mukul Rohatgi in today's court session.
Yeah.
So I'm just reading some of the arguments in the court. As far as Aryan Khan is concerned, there's no recovery, no consumption, and no medical test. Arbas merchant had 6 grams of charas, which was recovered from his shoes. Merchant is denying it. I'm not concerned, except that he is my friend. So from this, friends, what I think of it is like they are trying to find a scapegoat in Arbas merchant and put all the blame on him.
Yes.
Yeah. Now the second argument is like my case is not conscious possession at all. What somebody had in their shoe or whatever is not my concern. What was recovered from Arbas merchant was small. It was very small, which is 6 grams. This small amount is not enough to keep me in custody. Many others have been found with intermediary and commercial quantity. Uh, if the drugs was not in my control, what was found in Arbas merchant's shoe? Arbas is not my servant; he is not in my control, so there is no conspiracy. You may link me with Arbas and accused number 17, who is Achit Kumar, only after recovery. But I am not linked with anyone else. Conspiracy is when all have met and have a meeting of minds. There was a statement under Section 67 which was retracted. The NCB has pointed to the statement to show that Aryan used to consume drugs and has said it is admissible until proven wrong. We had raised this in the Supreme Court. NCB officials are officers and not police. Statements made to NDPS officers are inadmissible. As for the WhatsApp chats, they were of the time period of 2018, of the year 2018. None of the chats are from the cruise. There is no case where those chats with 123 have anything to do with this saga. To use general phrase like conspiracy is not right. The chats do not pertain to the cruise or conspiracy. This is in the past and is just supposed to show conspiracy. These are young boys. They can be sent to rehab and need not undergo trial. It had come in some newspaper that social ministry mentioned reform. Maximum punishment is imprisonment of 1 year. That is maximum and not minimum. I am not in any case concerned with Section 27A. There is no evidence. I have not financed trafficking. Accused number 17, who is Achit Kumar, is a young college kid. From the records that are coming out, A17 is a friend with whom Aryan Khan was playing online poker, and that was a communication exchange. Based on that communication, they are showing connection. Beyond this communication, there is nothing. Aryan Khan was asked about the chats, and he said he knew due to the online game. Nowadays, there's a lot of online gaming. We have online poker, online cricket. So he's painting a very innocent image for Aryan Khan. Like, Aryan Khan is like a very young, innocent 23-year-old boy who just plays
Also,
online
he's
games.
lying. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
also lying because
yeah,
his age is 26 years old. I don't know
yeah.
how they keep repeating that he's 23. Whenever you repeat a lie 100 times, does it become the truth?
Yeah, then some of the other arguments in the court is like Samir Wankade, he said it on account of enmity with a political personality whose son-in-law was arrested. This was the with reference to Nawab Malik. Today, what is being said is rebounding on me. Kindly keep me away from that controversy. I'm making it clear that I have nothing against any NCB officer. I have no grievance. Now, this paragraph has mention of my father's, that is, of Pooja Dadlani, and I filed a rejoinder saying that I'm not making any allegations against officers or panchnamas, and I have no connection. I am respectfully submitting I'm not making any allegation. This is a normal case except for this unsavory comments. Rohatgi concluded his argument alleging that the case of Aryan Khan was invoking the interest of the public and the media because of the popularity of his parents. He put forth in the court his opinion and that the accused were young boys and should be sent to rehab to bring about change instead of subjecting them to court trials. So this is what, according to Rohatgi, these are the arguments presented.
So here,
Yeah,
some of the arguments that he places. One thing is that see, he's talking as though they are kids from a nursery, and they should be sort of cajoled and put in a rehab center where they are given little ponies to play with, and lollipops, But here, let me tell you, Mr. Mukul Rohati, he can give your children or your grandchildren lollipops that can make them addicted. So don't think that these children are innocent and stop calling them 23-year-olds. They are 26-year-olds. And his relationship with his friend is a 15-year-old relationship. It's not something that he had yesterday. So all whatever he said were huge lies. And he contradicted the other lawyers as well. So nothing actually of substance was spoken today by Mukul Rohatgi. So let us hope that tomorrow there will be a very strong defense by NCB's lawyers. So let us hope for that. Meanwhile, in Maharashtra, the Maharashtra minister, Nawab Malik, shares a letter and he ups his attack on Aryan Khan case officer Samir Wagheri. Citing a letter from an NCB employee who has been working with the agency for 2 years, the 60-year-old NCP leader this morning said, I've received a letter from an unnamed NCB official. Everything is unnamed, anonymous, people, affidavits which you don't even know whether it's gone to the court. In the Aryan Khan case, Maharashtra Minister Nawab Malik this morning escalated his attack on Samir Wagheri, the anti-drugs agency officer, leading the drugs on cruise investigation. After witness alleged payoffs in the case, putting Wagheri at the center of bribery claims, Malik alleged the top NCB officer did not follow proper rules in 26 cases. Citing a letter from an NCB employee who has been working with the agency for 2 years, he said, I've received a letter from an unnamed NCB official. I'm sending this letter to Director General Narcotics, requesting him to include this letter in the investigation being conducted on NCB's Samir Wagheri. We demand there should be a probe. My war is not against the agency. I'm fighting injustice. I'm only exposing one official who got the job by fraud, Wagheri. He used his fake birth certificate to get the NCB job. He has been illegally tapping phones of some people in Thane and Mumbai, the NCP leader told reporters. In the letter he received, Malik said, 26 cases are mentioned in which Samir Wagheri didn't follow proper rules when investigating the matter. Wankhede has called the allegations false and malicious. It's his right, he can put forth his opinion, the top official said, referring to the Maharashtra minister's comments. His wife, however, hit back at a press conference, dismissing the claims. Such letters have no merit. My husband is not wrong. We will not tolerate this. Why should we go to court? Those leveling allegations against us should go to court. We are not crorepathi's. We are simple people. Samir is an honest officer. Many people wish that he should be removed, his wife said. Talking about the letter, Muta Ashok Jain, Director General of NCB, told news agency, I've seen the letter, we'll take necessary action. Earlier, in cryptic tweets, Malik said he had received an envelope from an unnamed NCB official, adding that he'll be soon revealing the details. Envelope of the letter received by me from an unnamed NCB official, contents of which I'll be releasing soon on Twitter, is a tweet thread. Crime drama special 26, a 2013 Bollywood movie starring Akshay Kumar, found mention in one of his posts. Now, he seems to have taken all his fight and exposure in Twitter. Why don't you go to court, Nawab Malik, and do this? Why are you trying to convince us? We are not convinced. So that's one thing very important. The minister has been alleging collusion between the NCB and the BJP leaders in the drugs on cruise case, in which Aryan Khan has been identified as the accused number one. Yesterday, while speaking to the media, he said NCB is hiding behind the case of his son-in-law, who was arrested in a drugs case, portraying his criticism of the agency as a case of personal vendetta. This allegation is baseless. They were shielding behind the case of my son-in-law. 9 months ago, he was arrested by Wankhede. I said I have full trust in the Indian judiciary. Nobody is above the law. On 27th of the last month, he was granted bail. Malik told media, meanwhile, not only son-in-law, but now Nawab Malik's daughter, Nelafar Malik, is also on the NCB radar. Agency has some drugs-related leads on Nelafar, and they're now looking into her CDR records, which Maharashtra Home Department didn't provide. But agency eventually got from another central agency. So the full family has a problem, just like SRK's family. Yeah, moving back to you, Jim.
Yeah, meanwhile, Shah Rukh Khan has an upcoming film which is including Pathan, and there's another film which is coming up called Lion, which is with Atlee. So this film, due to the ongoing case with Aryan, where so the film schedule was underway when Shah Rukh Khan had to make an exit and attend to the issues, the so-called issues in his personal life. He hasn't got the opportunity to resume, and there lies uncertainty over when he will be able to, finish it. So, and this is a big blow to the film, which has come in the way to the female lead's decision to quit the film. According to reports, Nayantara, she's a South Indian actress who's pairing with Shah Rukh Khan for the first time ever, was one of the key highlights of this film. So, when the film comes, I'm sure no one is going to see it.
Yeah, also the fact that, see, Nayantara is like the superstar in Tamil films in South India. So when she backs out, that could have been an extremely big blow for Shah Rukh Khan, who would have tried to gain a momentum through the South Indian fans, and that now will not happen.
Actually,
Meanwhile,
even speaking about
yes.
films, Salman Khan launched his film, which is Antim, just few days back, and I wonder if this is his Antim film.
Yeah. So here I would like to
Yeah.
tell you. See, I just watched a few scenes from the press conference, and Salman Khan looked like an old man. He looked either drugged or drunk. His eyes were, heavy, and there were wrinkles, and he looked absolutely, tired and, worn out. And he kept digging at his brother-in-law, making fun of him, and also the new actress who's come in that movie. He makes fun of her. I can't understand
Yeah.
why these heroes make fun of women. I mean, are women there to be mocked? Yes, true. In Bollywood, you make them item girls because that is the only asset that you see in women. You don't see them as professionals in different fields. You see them only there to show their bodies. So that's why you make these under the belt jokes. So that I found that in very poor taste. Okay. Moving on to Dabur, perhaps Jaydeep, you could just speak about that.
Yeah, so friends, I mean, due to social media, a lot of things are, a lot of the ad makers, they are thinking twice before launching their campaigns and, withdrawing them. So, Dabur recalls Karwa Chauth ad after Madhya Pradesh minister's warning. After Tanishq last year and Manyavar and Fab India this year, Dabur is the latest to blink and withdraw ads in the face of trolling and veiled threats from BJP leaders. After jewelry brand Tanishq last year and clothing brands Manyavar and Fab India this year, consumer goods giant Dabur is the latest to blink in the face of online abuse and veiled threats from BJP leaders. The company on Tuesday withdrew an advertisement for Karwa Chauth that celebrated inclusivity, equality, and a progressive view of marriage, but also triggered a rush of harsh responses, including a crude response from Madhya Pradesh Home Minister Narottam Mishra. In a brief statement, Dabur said, FEM's Karwa Chauth campaign has been withdrawn from social media handles and we unconditionally apologize for unintentionally hurting people's sentiments. Controversy over Dabur's ad was marked by a shocking statement from Madhya Pradesh Home Minister this week, who threatened the company, another made in India brand that is a global leader in Ayurveda and herbal products space with legal action. Mishra slammed Dabur for making an ad about lesbians celebrating Karwa Chauth and continued in future they will show two men taking firas, that is, marrying each other according to Hindu rituals. He said police had been told to order the company to withdraw the ad, and if it fails to do so, take legal steps after examining the advertisement, he added. Mishra's comment came shortly after he stopped short of defending violence by right wing goons on the set of web series being directed by Prakash Jha and starring Bobby Deol. The Dabur ad in question shows two young women discussing the importance of Karwa Chauth and the reason for celebrating it as they prepare for the night. Dabur India is one of the leading brands in India for Ayurvedic and herbal product space. Yeah, so
Okay. The UP government will identify and promote local products, says Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. The UP government has identified and will promote special products in every district and will encourage the setting up of new industries for employment. The UP government has also announced that it will encourage the setting up of industries so that more jobs will be given to the youngsters. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, while addressing an event of the OBC summit organized by the BJP, said the state government has identified and will promote products like locks of Aligarh, papad of Hapur, knives of Rampur, and bangles of Bareilly. The BJP government in the state decided to encourage industries to produce such items in large quantities and generate employment in the district itself. The BJP government has always cared about its people, whereas the previous governments never worked for its citizens. Yogi also draws inspiration from former CM Kalyan Singh. Referring to work done by the former Chief Minister of UP, Kalyan Singh, Yogi Adityanath said Kalyan Singh had always worked for the marginalized and backward class people. Drawing inspiration from him, the BJP MLAs and volunteers helped every citizen of the state during COVID-19 period, while the leaders from the other political parties were home quarantined. He also mentioned that in the past 4 years of governance under the BJP, the UP government has built 43 lakh houses for the people of the state and 2 crore toilets. UP Chief Minister also thanked Prime Minister Modi for the initiative to improve India's public health sector and ensuring the smooth construction of 30 medical colleges in UP. He also said that when the country was battling the deadly coronavirus infections, India successfully tackled the pandemic with 2 COVID vaccines under the leadership of PM Modi. He further said that since India's independence, the country's health sector has lacked development, but has been rapidly growing for the past 7 years. The UP Chief Minister also added that the country needed a Ram to destroy the darkness related to health issues. And under PM Modi, the country is progressing well to cater to everybody's needs. He added that with the creation of 9 medical colleges in the state, the treatment methods will be improved and employment opportunities will be provided to young aspirants who opt to do public service. So that's all the news for today. So meanwhile, I'll keep the lines open. So do please join us, and we can discuss what you feel. So let me just give you the link. Yeah. Meanwhile, just let me read also important comments.
Yes.
Maya says, Rohatgi argued that cannabis is legal in some countries. Then why didn't he do it when he was AG for government? After retirement, these government servants change like chameleons to the music of lucre. Yes, Maya, you're right. And if he feels that cannabis is okay in some countries, then let Aryan go and stay there. When in India, you have to follow Indian rules. And as a lawyer, if you're practicing law in India, you better abide by our law. Or you quit your job as a lawyer, Mr. Rohatgi. Karthik
Yeah,
says,
we have Sandhya
yes,
joining us.
yeah, yeah.
Hi, Sandhya. Welcome.
Hi, Jaydev sir. Hi, Meena ma'am. Are
Welcome,
you able to
Sandhya.
hear me clearly?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have been trying to reach you very badly that I messaged you on LinkedIn also. I'm sorry I am not able to come on video right now. The thing is, I caught on to this whole SSR diaries very late. In fact, you were already on the 24th episode when I saw it. But I sat through for a week, listened to all of it, made a lot of notes from it. I'm doing some research on areas where it has directed also that will impact us in the near future. I'm doing my own research. Whatever findings I find, I will be sharing with you in whatever forum that I get also. Just an update and a big thank you for that. So far, my little less than a week's research, I am finding so many startling uh, uh, visible to anybody who wants to see kind of information that was there all the time, but I didn't get to. I it just skipped our eyes before this until it was put into this light. And of course, the scams don't stop with Mumbai only. I am from Chennai, and it
Yeah.
is another level here also. It is
Yes.
not that only Mumbai is controlled probably by a single underworld. Here,
Absolutely.
every party have their own underworld that runs
Yes. Yes.
city also.
Even in
So
Kerala.
yeah, Kerala and the many references to Jagan Mohan Reddy there in the drives and
Telangana.
the other states. Um, it is very prevalent, and the bottom line, the positive, if I have to talk about from after listening to the drives, is the continuous mention of trusting our own intellect rather than believing anybody. And in various instances, when SSR, I don't want to take him by his first name because of respect, so I would like to call him SSR. And the various instances when he has regard for a certain person also, he gives a disclaimer right then and there saying, I have regard for this person, but this
Yeah.
has come out about this person and this has to be
Yeah.
investigated. So this whole idea of a blind loyalty to an entity does not have to
Yeah.
exist, and if you have to be loyal, it has to be to our own intellect. So that is
Yeah.
the big message that I got. It has been it's been like a university degree.
Mm.
Listening to all these drives in a week, the mind has opened up so much. So I didn't get a chance to meet Deepti ji after this. Please pass on the message to her, and please
Yeah.
be very careful.
Usually, Sandhya, she listens to our sessions. So I'm sure she's listening to you.
Deepti ji, thank you so much if you're listening to this. Thank you so much for your courage, for your conviction in bringing this. I am sure it is not going to be easy, and I can see the thread right now. I in fact didn't know of Sandeep Nahar's and Asif Basra's death also. After seeing these drives, I started Googling about them, and then I realized that they were also, I would like to coin the term suicided for want of a better word. This happens to be suicide by somebody else. So, suicided
Maybe,
probably. Like
maybe
how
Sandhya,
murdered was.
if you see some of our old videos, you'll find that we've covered all this.
Yes, ma'am. I am doing that now. I am doing all the
Yeah.
playlists that you have covered about missing people in Bollywood. I didn't know your channel existed. I would have sat on the. I was looking for the right information for more than an year, and on the first year death anniversary of Sushant is when I landed on your channel. So
Yeah.
I will of course sit and consume all the information right
So
now.
what are you doing?
But
Are you doing your doctorate?
no, I am doing my master's separately, but I work for Amazon actually. I don't know if I
Okay.
can say it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I am a techie, but I have an aptitude of a parallel thinking,
Yeah.
and I like to find patterns and join the dots. So
Very
that
good.
is what got me hooked on to the drives, in fact.
Yeah.
The way, and also another point that I would like to highlight is throughout the drives, without a single bias, this
Yeah.
person has spoken
Yeah.
about so many things. That is
Yes.
a big applause to him because he is not biased to any community, to any state, to any ethnicity.
He's a true
He's
Indian.
not, yeah, he's a true human being. He
Mm.
doesn't see a reason to speak less of anybody else owing
Yes.
to something that they have not done. Even
Yeah.
on accusations that he has put, he has not said, oh, this person is bad, this person is good. All that he said
Yeah.
is he's bad because of this. He's bad, he
Mm.
could do this. I can't believe that somebody can be so bad. So
Yeah.
throughout the narration, I again going by his word,
Yeah.
this, but I wanted
Yeah.
to hear. But after hearing it through, for somebody to have the intellect to be unbiased for such a long duration of content, uh, I cannot give it to somebody else other than him. And so he has forced us to believe that it is his, in fact.
Yes.
This is just something that I wanted to share, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving this space to
Also,
share.
see, also Sandhya, see, one thing is that, see, she's not put it in order. Okay, so she's taking chapters from here and there and giving it to us. So when these incidents are happening, whatever is happening now and before, it shocks you because he's spoken
Agreed.
about it already and in his own terms. So it shows how intelligent he was and
Yeah,
how he analyzed things.
the Turkey connection, that was my first grasp. So
Yeah,
when the Turkey connection came out and that particular star's name, I don't want to take any star's name and zero respect for them. So when that came out in the drive and the exact events that transpired after that, the many wielded references that he has made, which is happening. So that is, I mean, that is in fact some of the lines that I have taken for my, I have made a whole notebook of notes from these drives. Of that, I have picked up pages where I am doing my own study and understanding where it will lead to, because that is what he wanted to do also. The whole point is he was not just an investigator, he was a visionary because he had plans, he had backup, he had backup for backup, and then he had plans to implement, and if that goes wrong, what goes on next. But if somebody cannot see this pattern, if somebody cannot see the suicided people that are, suicided will become a word in Mumbai, at least in Mumbai dictionaries. There'll be
yeah,
murder, there'll be homicide, and there'll be suicided.
and,
So
and even heart attack.
heart attacked.
Really,
It'll become heart attacked. So yeah, and if we see the pattern, only a fool will say no, no. All of them individually took their own lives, and I am no fool. I'm sure none of us here are.
yeah,
So I really hope this goes someplace where, if not anything, if not people, one person gets hanged for killing SSR, the visionary. At least there has to be a commission to inquire into the information that he collected. That
yes.
would be probably the objective that I would want out of this.
See here, Sandhya, see what I'd like to tell you is that, see, why were people quiet after Siddharth Shukla died? Now, everything was done in such a hurry, including the cremation, everything was done in such a hurry. And
Right.
his girlfriend was projected as Sati Savitri, and
Exactly.
who had already gained a Bahu status without becoming a Bahu. So, all this was done, and this was a perfect Bollywood script. Now,
Yeah, and
whoever
even
was
movies, when
investigating
they
it,
make repeated movies, don't sell. How can they
mm,
keep killing people the same way and keep selling it and take us for fools that we'll believe it?
no, not only that, Sandhya. See, we would also like to see images. No, see, now suppose so for example, he went, when he was cremated. Why were pictures not shown?
Correct. Agreed. I had the same question.
Many things,
I
see,
started looking
so
into
very
that as
nicely.
well from your video only. And
Yes.
Why do they think they can get away with this? My thing is,
Yes.
you have the audacity to do this and keep doing this for decades. To anybody who's, I mean, as SSR rightly mentions, because they are celebrities, we come to know there might be so many going under the radar that is not even noticed. But you keep pushing people off balconies. You keep,
No, look
hanging
at
people
Sadhya.
off.
Look at the Jhanvi Kukreja case. 43 to 48 injuries. A small
Poor
young girl,
child.
she would be hardly 5'2", frail
No, she
body.
is a child. When they call
Yeah.
her a child, my
Ah,
heart weeps. When
yes.
somebody else gets called a child or a
So,
boy or a children,
Yeah.
yeah,
my blood boils saying you
yeah.
are saying
And she
that
was,
your children
see,
is
she was a
being
victim.
targeted.
Yeah, she was a victim of some drug addict. Because in
Probably
such,
forced
only in
on her.
frenzy can
Probably
you kill
she
in
didn't
this
have
manner.
a choice.
Yeah,
Probably the child didn't have a choice. It was forced on her. Probably
yeah,
her two other friends, or most likely, I will stop saying probably after this. Most likely, the other two friends were doing. They forced her into doing it. She threatened them that she is going to reveal, and then she probably had to face this fate.
yeah,
And where do you think the inspiration came from? Even if
yeah.
those other friends had done it, where would they have known that it can be done? Where would somebody know that you can take the life of another human being? Thanks to our
Yes,
glorious movies glorifying killers and making them martyrs for a cause. And
yeah,
I mean,
yes,
there is somebody, the titular role is a smuggler, and the title of the movie translate into rich.
yeah,
I mean, this has to at least some point people have to say, okay, we'll make this because this is what we know, but let us at least be sure that people are not fools to buy this anymore.
yes,
Even if
exactly.
so much comes, it will be a good outcome out of this.
Yeah. Okay.
It feels
Thank you
like
so
a
much.
personal mockery. It feels
Yeah,
like they are mocking my intelligence by putting out this story again and again.
yeah. Okay.
Sorry for
Thank you so
taking
much.
up your time,
Not at
and
all.
thanks
No,
for
very
this
interesting.
topic.
Very interesting. Thank you so much. Yeah. We are joined by Gitjit,
Yeah. Hi.
Savitri, and Sue.
Hello.
So,
Hi.
yeah,
Okay, let her speak.
welcome, Gitjit. Yeah,
Hi, Meena ji. Hi, Videv.
welcome.
Hi.
Yeah,
I was so busy in my work and I was waiting for how can I join you? How can I talk to you? How can I say thanks to you? So both of you are doing awesome job, including
thank you so
Deepti
much.
ji.
Thank you.
And I mean, I'm looking all this drama, what is happening back home. And is it so repeated pattern, Meena ji, Yadev? I mean, I really become so frustrated now कि God मुझे ऐसा power आया I can show I mean
Yeah,
everyone knows what's going on, right? What happened to Arnab, same thing
yes, yes,
और अभी
yes,
क्या उस पे वो conspiracy theories create करने का कोशिश करते हैं like oh ये कोई ड्रामा कर रहा है इसको ये चाहिए उसको वो चाहिए I mean where these all these people were like all of a sudden उसका आज hearing था, right? And that's
yeah,
why they created on the like अगर ऐसे bail नहीं हुआ तो फिर ऐसे होगा. They were
yes,
trying to create all these fabrications against the such an honest office. I was just
yeah,
wondering, Meena ji, you have such a power now on social media, and we all are with you. Kuch aisa, on social media, whatever you want to do, us please let us know
yeah, absolutely.
to support Mr.
Yeah,
Samir because I think he's the only hope now who is fighting for
Yes.
SSR,
yes,
right?
absolutely.
And इतना गुस्सा देख के आता है this kind of people like in Nawab Malik. I mean, irrespective whomsoever from where, इतना corrupt कोई कैसे हो सकता है? How the hell? I mean, the person go to bed and able to sleep in night.
Yeah, yeah.
उसको
They are
देख के
protecting their business.
they इतना खराब, इतना गंदा, इतना corruption. Oh my God! And shame on those news channels जो उसको ऐसे दिखाते हैं, उसको ऐसे glorify करें. Basically, I mean, entire world everywhere corruption है, but जैसे हमारे इंडिया में it's extra another level. वो
Yeah,
उसको ऐसे बुला के उसको ऐसे दिखा रहे हैं उसको and the person becomes so I mean degraded now. किस level पे वो है, कैसे आके वो attack कर रहा है? Go with the facts.
yes.
And the guy is so
And if
simple.
you have something, go to the
Yeah,
court. Why are
go to
you
the
shouting
court.
on Twitter?
Exactly. And
Uh,
फिर वो I mean I'm not a lawyer. I'm a simple IT person and मैंने सोचा अरे अगर 20 days से if he has so many evidence, तो फिर भाई तुम ऐसे चुप क्यों बैठे रहे और वो जेल में क्यों रहा? भोला बच्चा, I mean just like he's such an innocent guy. Why is sitting in
Yeah.
jail? वो तो जाना भी नहीं चाहिए था, उसका तो
Yeah.
नाम भी नहीं आना चाहिए था. तो ये कोई ऐसे किसको कितना डम समझ सकते हैं? I'm like really surprised. So
Yeah,
thanks
absolutely.
to
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah,
you
so
guys
correct.
start that motive. I mean, जो भी आप लोग करें शुरू, we are with you. वो बिंदी वाला केस आपने किया, that's amazing, done. And
Yeah.
when you talk, Meena ji, I can feel your emotion, passion so much. Like my God, like both of you, like I can
You know,
relate to my gosh.
yesterday and today, I think Jaydev knows it. I was so upset, because of what was happening to Samir Wankade.
Yes.
And Jaydev was asking me, why are you, sort of losing your cool? I said, see, because things are not in our control.
Exactly.
Everything is going out of hand. And a poor man who is so righteous and who has been fighting
Exactly.
this for 1.5 years,
Right.
is hounded like this, like a dog. How
Exactly.
can this happen?
आपका जो वाइब्रेशन जब आता है ना, ऑनेस्टली मुझे लगता है हर कोई होगा. मैं ऐसे भी एग्जैक्टली वो कितना सही बोल रही हैं, हम लोग कैसे फील कर रहे हैं. बिलीव मी, आई फील सो बैड टू दैट मिस्टर समीर वानखेड़े. सच्चे ऑनेस्ट, सच्चे.
And look at his wife. See, his wife
Amazing.
is so bold.
So bold.
She's supporting him 100%. The
100%.
sister, the father.
विदाउट एनी डाउट, विदाउट एनी कंफ्यूजन, एंड कितना सिंपल वे में जैसे होना चाहिए
Yes.
तो
yes.
एक मॉडर्न इंडिया ये भी है, चर्निंग हो रही है, जैसे दीप्ति जी भी बोलती हैं, इट्स चर्निंग. और हम लोग एक सच्चाई है और एक क्या वो अधर्म पे जीत करनी है. सो वी हैव टू कीप इट मोटिवेटेड. सो थैंक्स टू यू. बहुत सारे लोग आके कितना टाइम पास करते हैं, लाइक ओके ये भी थियरी है, ये भी कंस्पिरेसी थियरी है, उसको अरे छोड़ो आप जाके just justice for SSR. I mean, last thing, other people are waiting, but I become amazed the power of soul of SSR. He becomes such a national hero. इतने लोग ऐसे तो नहीं है और simple लोग follow करते हैं.
See, one more thing I wanted to tell you, Vijit, is that, see, today my maid, she was sitting and talking to me over tea. So she was telling me, she was saying how all this is coming out. You think it is because of certain reasons? I said, no. The day SSR was killed, his soul has started speaking.
Exactly.
Everybody. And exposing everything. So it is nothing else than SSR.
SSR. And मीना जी आप देखिए ना, जो भी दीप्ति जी रीड करती हैं about SSR diaries, everything make 200% sense. सब कुछ सामने आ रहा है, कुछ भी छिपा नहीं है. और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि हमको पता नहीं था. We all were aware about it and it is now in front. And I'm feeling these people are taking the clues from that, and that's the way they are going. They are, behind these people now.
Yes.
So, thank you again, and God bless you, both of you.
Nice of you, and thank you for your support, because that means a lot to us.
Thank you. Waiting for your next session, and I'm listening this one. I'll go back and start listening.
Yes, absolutely.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Yeah. So we're back to Sue, or was it Savitri who came next? Savitri.
Yeah, Savitri. Yeah, one second.
So actually, they're very desperate. And the idiots can't understand this is not about Aryan Khan or whoever she is, that Pandey's daughter. It is the drug. Why can't you get it in your head? Tomorrow, all these people will start killing each other in their family only. Do they want this? And I think we all, at least from online, we should support Samir, because see, though even I stay in Bombay, he can't go personally because of the COVID restriction. He and his family should get moral support from all the common people. Yes. It is so disgusting. I mean, he has not Savitri, attacked anyone personally. These people, Savitri, what right they have to do it?
Vilakshan makes a very good point. He says, would Rohatgi allow his wife, son, daughter, or any of his family members to consume drugs or cannabis just because some part of the world it is legal to consume? This is exactly the question I asked.
Right. Let him go there. Go there and have it. No problem. Do it. No problem. And the other day, some news somewhere in Pakistan, they were calling Shah Rukh Khan and family. Please go ahead. Yeah. He will not make any money there. He has
Yeah.
become king and all. We have made it, and including me. I mean, 3 years before I was watching Big Boss, I was thinking, Salman has changed. Now, like it's a real opener thanks to SSR, whether he's alive or dead. All this
Yes.
has come. I really feel that go back, leave India.
Yes.
No, it's I don't know why they don't get it, and actually this is going to attack them because
Yeah.
on the whole the public is with Samir. People
Yeah.
like you and me.
Yeah.
इतना भी नहीं है, and he is not a type. He is a daredevil. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think nothing will stop him. His
Yeah.
physical appearance has nothing to do with his mental aptitude.
Yeah.
He will rock on. I
Yeah.
know. And we all should pray in the least way, just, pray for him. And if possible, the other lady also said, do something, to give moral support to his family
Yeah.
and his kids. Even they'll be attacked, no? It is
Yeah.
so demeaning attacking
Yeah.
his late mother.
Exactly.
What has all that got to do with this
Yeah.
inquiry?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, and
Arjun.
hats off to both of you. I'm always there. Sometimes I cannot come live because this is the time my son gets hungry. I have to. So
Thank you,
I'll
Kavitri.
go backstage and bye, Jaydev. You said some words. I hope all this comes true. I have written the comments also.
Absolutely.
Antim
Thank
sab
you,
ho
Saroj.
jaye. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Good night.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye bye, dear.
Yeah. See here, Arjun makes a statement. Meena ma'am, what is your stand on the Bimaru customer service agent of Zomato forcing a Tamilian to speak Hindi recently? Now, I didn't follow that very closely, but let me tell you something, Arjun. Arjun, Hindi is a language that is spoken very commonly. Okay? You should be proud to speak Hindi. Now, I'm also South Indian. I come from Kerala. I learned Hindi because of my school and also the fact that I was born in Delhi. Now, I also understand Tamil because I follow Tamil movies. So, I don't think there's any harm in us speaking any language. Okay, but when you do it forcibly, it's wrong. So, here I would say that you should be proud. Each viewer here should be proud if they speak more than 4 or 5 Indian languages. That should be something that we do. Learn an extra language in India. No harm. We're all Indians. So let us
Oh,
not make fun of this
I didn't
language or that
understand
language.
one point which Arjun was asking. In the Zomato job description, is Hindi mandatory in the job description, or is it like after he was appointed that he was forcibly made to learn Hindi? That's the question I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let us add Sue. Sue, please come in.
Good evening, Meena ma'am. Good evening,
Good
Jaidev.
evening.
Evening.
Good evening,
Welcome.
everybody. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about the case that was going on today relating to the drugs case.
Yes.
So they were talking something about rehab. So
Yeah.
my question is, why didn't they think of it 4 years ago?
Yes.
You know, I mean,
Well said.
okay, I understand some kids can hide things, but for how long?
Yeah.
1 year, 2 year, 3 year? I mean, that means you're not at all. There's no
But
sync with you and your kids.
Sue, today Rohatki said that he had only a few grams and he made everybody laugh by saying that he had only a few grams and that he never had it before. See how much these people lie. These lawyers, I think they're just all together, they are lies put together. You make a box with a lot of stuff. So these lawyers are made out of putting all these lies together.
Ma'am, they have no evidence to back up, so they have to say something and make up things. So that is why they have to resort to such
Yes.
means.
Yeah. And the 23-year-old child, the way he says, a small boy. The small boy was caught in a sex video sometime back, okay, which he himself videographed. Then they said it was cloned or morphed or whatever, okay, and it was
Deepfake.
with the
Yeah.
granddaughter of a very famous man and his thali wali, So these are all. Is it how a bacha behaves? Does a bacha do drugs? Does a bacha do sex? And does a bacha do booze? What
Bacha
sort of
doesn't know
bachas are
anything.
these? Our children are children. Okay, they play with toys. These bachas play only with these things.
No, I mean it is scary because I mean, what is the purpose and what is the end thing of this? Like,
Yeah.
it is scary. I mean, what were the parents thinking? Is my question.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
what is the career of this boy going to be. But I
Yeah.
guess,
And what are they teaching him? See,
yeah,
again, see,
exactly.
so here, another important thing is they're saying that this boy will be grounded. This boy is not a boy, he's a man. He should be having 10 children of his own, you know, and working in an office. What are they saying? They will ground him, not allow him to go to parties, not to mix with the wrong people. What
This
are
is
these
typically what you see in those foreign
Yeah,
serials and all. You're grounded,
that's for children.
and I'm
16,
taking away
15.
your privileges
Yeah,
and rights.
yeah, 15, 16 years, you can understand. This guy's a man. Yeah, yeah.
And ma'am, they also wanted to stay away from that. I think all the things that were happening from the minister and all those allegations. They are like, they are distancing themselves from it. But
No,
my
but
question,
Sue, don't forget the fact. They are equally behind Samir as much as Nawab Malik. They are all
no, no,
together, hand in glove in this.
yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. It is, if
Yeah.
they are thinking that they're trying to distance and nothing happened, then the person who was actually involved in that thing was Pooja Dadlani, I think, the manager. And the manager is of whom? Of SRK only, I think.
Yeah.
She's
Yes.
That was what the whole crux was, right?
Yeah. And you know
So
why they said this? You know why they put this affidavit? They put this affidavit so that it would not affect their, plea for bail.
yes, yes. And I was wondering how he got to know these things being in jail. That, because I think social media and everything is not in jail. So unless
No,
the
no.
lawyer or
And
somebody has come
also,
and told him.
yeah. And also another thing is that they say that they make them bald or literally bald if you're in jail. This guy is coming with, shampooed locks and all that. What is happening?
Ma'am, maybe special privileges for special people.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Priyanka, join us.
Yes, Priyanka.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Yeah, you well and clear.
Yes. Yeah, I was actually after a long time, so I was
Yeah.
listening Aryan Khan and all. Ma'am, actually, बच्चे तो है ही नहीं. They are not kids. They have
Yeah.
actually become a small dynamite and bomb who are just, deteriorating this society. ये सब
Exactly.
छोटे छोटे
Yeah.
बॉम्ब है.
Hmm.
And I categorize all of them as, internal terrorists. They all are
Yeah.
internal terrorists who are spoiling culture, who are spoiling our youth.
Yes.
Because yeah, this is well said even in management also, and we read in our literature कि जैसे सोसाइटी के आइकॉन्स होते हैं वैसी ही सोसाइटी बन जाती है. तो अब सोसाइटी में आइकॉन्स ही ऐसे हो रहे हैं कि लाइक अच्छा आपके पास बस पैसा होना चाहिए, पॉम्प एंड शो होना चाहिए, आप चाहे ड्रग्स लो, चाहे रेव पार्टीज करो, और फिर आप कुछ भी करते रहो. And then
Yeah.
there is another system which supports them, which saves them. Like we were talking about lawyers. मैम मैं ना lawyers को सबसे बड़ा criminal मानती हूँ इस country में.
Yes. Yes. Worse than
जो
criminals.
जितना बड़ा झूठ बोलता है ना, जो सबसे बड़ा झूठ बोलता है वो उतना फेमस लॉयर है.
Hmm.
जिसके
See, he
को
stood.
जितना
He stood for Paramveer
स्मार्टली
Singh.
और डिप्लोम यस जितना डिप्लोमेटिकली जिसको प्रूफ्स को इधर उधर करना आता है ना, दे डिमांड दैट मच मनी. तो मैं व्हाट आई कंसिडर देम एज sophisticated mafias.
Hmm.
They all are sophisticated
Exactly.
mafias who
Yes.
are literate, who have who are well read. They know what are loops and gaps in our constitution, in our laws, and they play with them.
Yes.
आपको पूरे बॉडी पे मर्डर के निशान मिल रहे हैं, सुशांत के बॉडी पे पूरे निशान हैं. And the way police played a role smartly in removing all the proofs. अब इस और फिर जो वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट जानवी कुकरेजा, एंड
Yeah.
इनफैक्ट उनकी मॉम ने पूरा डिस्क्राइब भी किया, उसके फोटोज भी उन्होंने क्लिक किया होगा. तब भी उसमें मतलब आप फाइंड आउट नहीं कर पाते हो कि कौन है उसका कल्प्रिट. This is really shameful. And on the other side, people,
No,
the
here,
honest
no, wait, here,
servicemen.
Priyanka, एक मिनट, यहाँ मुझे एक point करनी थी कि see, nobody said anything. See here, it's a very clear case that in the party drugs were served, okay, and perhaps
Right,
these drugs
right,
were synthetic drugs which come from China. They wanted to test it out on these middle class children, okay, and they would have mixed it with their
okay,
drinks or something, and perhaps even these friends would not have been behind it. It would have been some strangers. We don't know now, because when you say
right,
46 to 48 stabs or whatever wounds, it means like some crazy animal got hold of
right,
Janvi and killed her.
right.
Yeah.
That's right, ma. And on the other side, like, if somebody wants to bring out truth and fact, like Mr. Wankhede, you are behind him also. So this shows that इनको डर ही नहीं है, इनको ना लॉ
Yes.
का डर है, इनको ना सोसाइटी का डर है। इमेज तो खैर उसको तो ये पीआर से वॉश ऑफ करवा के अच्छे से उस पे नया पेंट करवा देते हैं, बट इन्हें लॉ एंड ऑर्डर से भी डर नहीं लगता है, बिकॉज लॉ
Yeah.
एंड ऑर्डर इज इन देयर हैंड्स। ये जो
Yes.
जो एंड इनफैक्ट मैम, मैं कभी कभी सोचती हूँ कि लाइक देयर आर लॉट्स एंड लॉट्स ऑफ केसेस जिनमें डिसीजंस हुए हैं कोर्ट में, तो मुझे कई बार ये भी लगता है कि जितने लोग जेल गए हैं, क्या वो सच में देवर कल्प्रिट्स? क्योंकि कल्प्रिट्स को
No.
तो ये हमेशा बचा
हाँ.
देते हैं।
हाँ.
Yes.
There are lot of people who have
Who are
just,
innocent people.
they were in a,
Yes.
yeah, they were in a trap.
Hmm.
I can smell all these evils even in the judgments also, कि ये
Yeah.
किस तरह की इन्होंने जजमेंट दी होगी उस सीट
See
पे
here,
बैठ के, जिस
I'll
पे
make
हमने
one point.
ट्रस्ट किया है।
Yeah, प्रियंका, एक मिनट
Sure.
मैं एक पॉइंट करूंगी यहाँ. See, Waze was using this Mansukh Hiren for all the cars that he was using, the plush cars, because he had a car business.
Right,
Okay, he used him
right,
completely. He took money from him, and then he killed him. Huh?
right,
So where is the conscience?
right.
And then they say it was a suicide. They stuffed kerchiefs into his mouth. They drowned him in the river, and they say that it was a suicide. See, even if 2-3 days a friend stays with you or a man stays with you, you become close to them. Okay, here you take all the favors from this man, and you kill him. What sort
Right.
of Mumbai police are these?
And ma'am, sometimes I think that what kind of, ma'am, it's everywhere, it's in every state.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that, and this is the case where I was an eyewitness, and it's the
Yeah.
time of lockdown. A vegetable vendor was standing at the corner. So our वो लॉकडाउन जस्ट एक दो दिन में खुलने वाला ही था, तो ही रिक्वेस्टेड कि सर मेरे घर पे 1 रुपया भी नहीं है, मैं इधर कोने में खड़े होके आई वांट टू सेल वेजिटेबल्स, मेरे आसपास कोई भी नहीं आएगा, आई प्रॉमिस, मैं दूर से ही वेजिटेबल दे दूंगा। उसका मैम उसको डंडे मार के आपने भगा दिया,
Oh.
ठीक है। अब अगर वो भूखा मर के चोरी करेगा तो आप उसको जेल में डाल देते हो, परिवार को बचाने के लिए वो भूखे मर के अगर वो चोरी करेगा तो आप उसको जेल में डाल देते हो। अब ये इतने बड़े बड़े चोर जो घूम रहे हैं उनका आप सपोर्ट करते हो। सो वी कांट, हमारे कोर्ट में मैम मजबूरी में क्राइम किसी ने किया है और किसी ने शौक से क्राइम किया है ना, इन दोनों में डिफरेंस करना नहीं आता हमारे कोर्ट्स को। दे आर जस्ट रन आफ्टर पावर, दे रन आफ्टर मनी। अब आप इनको बचाने के लिए आप कुछ भी कर जाते हैं। एंड आई एम श्योर कि मिस्टर वानखेड़े को महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट भी उनके पीछे पड़ा होगा।
Yeah.
Silently.
See here, also see, Priyanka, here, before the court proceedings in this RN case, today the court outside was filled with fans of Shah Rukh Khan, and they were creating a chaos.
Right.
Okay, then the
It
judge
was
had to tell them all to
Shah Rukh
leave.
Khan's PR team.
Yes,
Not fans.
PR team or fans or whatever. So, okay, so they came there to create a sort of a chaos. What do they think? They can threaten a judge or a lawyer? What are they thinking? That in court they can say whatever they want because they're whoever is a superstar? So the judge
No, ma'am,
said
there's
even
Right.
the
not.
police cannot control. Yes, yeah. So
Sorry, ma'am, there's not too many movies, and that is going on in their head. So they thought, like, we saw this in your movie, we are going to implement that, and the judgment is going to be in our favor. So that's what they're
that's
doing.
what they think. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
And ma'am,
Yeah,
now
Priyanka.
this culture is growing in small cities. People and small children are so fascinated with actor actresses and their dressing sense, the way they live their lifestyle. And मैम सब छोटे शहरों में तो ये चैलेंज होगा कि उनके तो पेरेंट्स भी एजुकेटेड नहीं है.
Huh.
So how we are going to handle this chaos in small cities and in villages? Like I was busy in attending 2 3 weddings within these 15 20 days. I
Hmm.
see girls wearing all the western dresses.
Hmm.
There were hardly any girls who were in traditional dresses. They
Yeah, yeah.
dance on such loafer songs,
Hmm.
like wo, some item
Item
songs and
numbers.
all. If you
Yeah.
tell them that you should dance on some Rajasthani song, दीदी मुझे
Hmm.
आता नहीं, मुझे पता नहीं, बट अगर आप उनको कमर हिलाने को कह दो तो they are so influenced by these item songs. वो clearly दिखता है.
Hmm.
It is clearly
So yes.
seen कि
Hmm.
ये चीजें आप,
It's a
and
very
then they
negative
argue with their parents,
influence.
पापा आपको पता नहीं. Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes. And वो but parents भी इतने educated नहीं है ना मैम. अब somebody is a farmer, both the parents are farmer, they are in their fields. तो बच्चे
Yes.
अगर जिद भी करते हैं तो वो सोचते हैं कि नहीं इनको हमसे ज्यादा पता है, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट एजुकेटेड. तो छोटे छोटे
Yeah.
बच्चों को फोन दिलाया हुआ है, और वो फोन में तो क्या देखते हैं. Ma'am, I can see the difference in the culture. I can
Culture. Yeah.
really
It's
see.
changed. Yeah.
So
You
that's
know,
why
I
you
will
Sorry,
tell
should
you one
Yes,
thing.
try
it's
to spread the
changing.
awareness, Priyanka.
Yeah.
You should try
we
to
should
spread the
direct.
awareness.
Yeah.
I am,
See,
Sorry,
on
sorry.
a,
but
Priyanka, yeah,
ma'am,
Priyanka and
I
Sue
am.
and Jaydev. See, on a
Yeah.
on a lighter note, I'll tell you something. See, we went to a restaurant recently.
Mm.
Okay, and usually when you go to a five-star restaurant or even a little bit less, what happens is the people who come for dining are very, they're very discreet and they will have their food and they'll go off. Now there is a nouveau crowd, just like what Priyanka said, and I found a complete family had come. They were sitting behind me, and they had given this child, just like Priyanka said, the mobile phone. Okay, now to entertain her, some loud music, some cartoon was kept. Okay, so here I am sitting trying to have some food, and these cartoons are going into my ears. See, I was just thinking, yeah, exactly what Priyanka said. What sort of people are these? They don't have any manners, you know. They teach their children manners. Yeah, Priyanka. Yes, Priyanka. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly right. That's
Hmm.
absolutely right. Even
Hmm.
I see the kind of, I mean, a fifth standard or a sixth standard boy is watching very different things on mobile.
Yes.
The kind of changes we see in their attitude
Hmm.
after watching these videos, and I was shocked. I personally know some people who their parents are not that educated.
Yeah.
I met that boy 7 to 8 months back when these online classes were not going on in schools.
Ah.
So with just to make an excuse to the parents ki papa online classes hain this that, and their parents hard earned money and they purchased a mobile. They themselves
Hmm.
don't have these multimedia mobiles,
Yeah.
but they purchased it for their son. Kind of
Hmm.
attitude now he has
Hmm.
after 7 to 8 months is totally different.
Yeah.
If you tell him to see some motivational video, because
Hmm. Hmm.
YouTube is for knowledge also, it can give you
Yes.
lot
Yes.
and lot of knowledge which you can't get
Yeah.
in schools. So I
Yes.
told him that you should watch this, you should watch that. अरे दीदी क्या आप भी ना बोरिंग चीज बता देते हो.
Hmm.
So the attitude is fifth standard
Yeah.
boy is saying this.
Hmm.
So मैं को तो मैम कभी कभी इतना मतलब ये हो जाता है कि पता नहीं मैम स्मॉल सिटीज में और विलेजेस में क्या होगा.
Oh
In
God.
last from last December to this is October, in 10 months in newspaper I have heard four there were four news, they all are different news. 10-year and 12-year girls have got pregnant.
Mm.
They were raped.
Yeah.
Four of them they have delivered babies also.
Yeah.
And three of them they were raped by a 15 and 16-year-old boy.
Boys.
Yeah.
So
So I because मैम अभी बड़े सिटीज में तो पेरेंट्स आर ऑल्सो एजुकेटेड, अगर ऐसा हो भी गया तो दे कैन हैंडल दैट गर्ल.
yeah.
यहाँ तो
Huh.
उसको मार डालेंगे.
Yeah. Okay. Here, interesting. Swara is saying, I
So
heard that Mansukh
कितना
Hiren
अवेयरनेस
and
फैला है.
Waze.
इफ आई
One second, Priyanka, just a
yes
second. Swara is saying a very important point. I heard that Mansukh Hiren and Waze were friends for 20 years, and this friend killed Mansukh. My God, terrible. Yeah, Priyanka, continue. Yeah. Priyanka, continue.
या मैम. सो मेरे को तो मैम ऐसा बॉलीवुड तो आई हैव स्टार्टेड हेटिंग बॉलीवुड लाइक एनीथिंग. अगर ये एक कसेट के फॉर्म में होता ना मैम, मैं इसको तोड़ के या उड़ा के ना मैं इसको फेंक देती डस्टबिन में.
Yeah.
because they what how I should say which movie I should talk about to them कि ये मूवी देखो. कौन सा
Hmm.
मूवी है जिसके लिए मैं उनको बोलूं कि आप ये मूवी देखो.
Hmm.
हार्डली यू कैन काउंट ऑन फिंगर्स ऐसे मूवीज
Yes.
ना जो आप देख सकते हो ना, आप फिंगर्स पे काउंट कर सकते हो.
See, yeah, Priyanka,
What
let me tell
song
you.
I should tell them?
Yeah. One point I wanted to
Yes.
make is that, see, I made a movie and I went to the distributor and I said that, see, I want to market this movie. So the two things that he asked me is there an item number? Okay. So I said no.
Yes.
Then he said,
Sure, sure.
are there comedians, who can make people laugh? I said no. This is a serious movie. So he said, नहीं, इसका तो market नहीं है. That's how frustrated we
It's
get.
ma'am, it's in now children's also.
Yeah.
It's in children also कि आप उनको कोई मूवी देखने को कैसे तो कह दोगे ना कि जिसमें there is some message, they are not interested.
Hmm.
अगर उसमें कोई exciting song नहीं है तो they are not interested. मैम they
Yeah.
play such games, ये video games है. आप I was actually sitting, मेरे landlord का ही बेटा था. He was sitting on the terrace and he was playing one video game I don't know जिसमें we can communicate also, we can talk.
Yeah.
The kind of language that 8th standard boy was using, oh
My God.
god, इसको उड़ा दे बे. मैम ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है. They were using slangs, they were
Yeah.
literally
Four-lettered
using
words.
slangs जो मेरे भी ऊपर से जा रहे थे. Yeah. Then because using slangs, smoking, they watch all this on TV and they think that people, those who smoke, those who take drugs, those who flirt with girls, do sex and all, they are more mature and they are
Yeah.
considered to be heroes in society. तो वो उसी
Yes.
चीज को फॉलो करते हैं.
Hmm.
एंड मिस्टर वानखेड़े को इतने थ्रेटनिंग्स मिल रहे हैं मैम, तो दिस इज अ रॉन्ग मैसेज फॉर यूथ कि अगर आप ऑनेस्टी से काम करोगे तो आपका हाल ये होगा.
Hmm. Yeah. Sue, would you like to join in?
Yeah, ma'am. I just wanted to know, is security being provided to Sameer Wankedi?
Yeah, that's what they're saying, that Amit Shah is arranging for that. So hopefully that will happen soon. That's what I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Okay, because already so many threats to the family.
Yeah.
They've
And the
not
funny
spared
thing
anyone.
is, and the funny thing is, Sue, that, see, all this sort of news never comes to mainstream media. I don't understand why. They'll come up with concocted news. They said that, see, India Today came out with the news that, see, these children, which is Aryan and what's that girl's name? The Pandey's Ananya.
Ananya.
They are being, they're being scapegoated. See, this is their headline. Can you
Then
imagine?
they could have picked
They,
up
they,
anyone else. Why only these two?
yeah,
We could
and
have
they're
done
discussing.
any
She's
minds
saying,
more.
in her talk, she's saying, I'll provide you with, with cocaine or whatever, and I'm into this business. She's so happy about it. And he's saying, when will I get it? So, and that is, are they being scapegoated here? Or my English is going all wrong. It's
Ma'am,
becoming
that's what I don't
scapegoat.
understand. These are from very rich families. They could have chosen
Yeah,
any business in the world. Why
True.
did they have to
yeah,
choose
yeah.
this one? People usually, are looking for finances to start a business, a startup, and all
Yes.
that stuff. But here you have everything on a silver, platter. Like,
Here, see, I think not only Sue, Priyanka, Jaydev, all of you, see, I think you should watch an advertisement by Sharmila Tagore's daughter. She's there in it. Now, I was very shocked. In this ad, she comes, opens a door, and she comes and she talks about something which is not very relevant. But when she comes in, she looks very, very thin. Okay, and her face has some marks on it. She's not. Earlier she looked beautiful. Now there are a lot of marks on her face. So I felt as though she's on drugs. So if you get a chance, kindly see this ad and see whether even this woman is hooked. It's sad because Shamila Tagore was a role model for others. So I don't know how she could allow her daughter if she is in this situation. I mean, it's sad.
ma'am, or maybe it's Botox or something that they keep, you know, injecting in.
Botox is for the face, but not for
Yeah,
the
those are the-
body. The body has become so thin. It's like,
okay,
it's all the signs of a drug addict.
okay, okay.
Yeah, she was wearing jeans. So just have a look. Maybe perhaps it's just my, how I'm seeing it.
Yeah, ma'am, we should I just wanted to say that, we should
Yeah.
give all our support to Sameer Bankide and
Yeah,
family,
absolutely.
because he's, doing something very good for the
Mm.
nation and, in fact, for the world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people are unnecessarily tarnishing his image when he's
Yeah.
actually doing a good job and fabricating and putting him in things. Ma'am, shouldn't there be some law to, punish the people who are giving wrong stuff to the
Yeah.
public?
Yes.
I mean,
See, for
I think
example,
high time
yeah. For
media,
example, today,
everyone comes under that.
today CNN, IBN, and Midday said that he's been transferred. There was no news that he's been transferred. So if they make such fake news, they should be either thrown into prison or the publication shut up, shut down.
Yes, ma'am, they cannot get away saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
An apology is not the correct one, especially in such kind of cases or such kind of
yes,
situations. You cannot give the public wrong news deliberately and
yes,
knowingly. Yes, by
yes,
mistake, an error happens, because of reporting. I can understand,
yeah,
but they don't even come back and correct their error or say, I apologize that I put out a wrong news.
yeah.
So, please, we retract our statement and this is the actual thing. I
Yeah.
don't see any of them doing that. So
No, they
that
don't.
shows that they are not even sincere in what they do.
Yeah,
Why are we
no,
watching these people? I stopped watching anyways. I don't watch any
yeah,
of them.
yeah. True.
Yeah. So on that note, I think
We
we shall
close this
wind up.
session.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sue and Priyanka.
Thank you, Supriyanka.
And
Thank you, Mina.
Savitri.
Thank you, Jaydev.
Yeah. And
Thank
all
you,
the
everyone.
all the viewers, thank you always for coming out with very intelligent comments, and your viewpoints are very valuable for us. And thank you for always making our sessions very interesting. Thank you and good night.